Welcome back to Baby to Child, where we dive deep into products that matter for your growing family. Today, we're taking a close look at the Quick Dam Floodgate side rails, the 2-pack in black, designed to attach to walls for a smooth surface and seal. These side rails are meant to work alongside Quick Dam floodgates, offering a way to mount the gates securely and help them slide into place with a tight seal against walls. So, what exactly are we dealing with here? The Quick Dam Floodgate side rails are essentially wall-mounted tracks that stay fixed in place until you need to deploy the floodgates. They provide a neat transition surface on your walls so that when the floodgates slide into these rails, they create a smoother, more effective barrier against water intrusion. The package includes 2 rails, both finished in black, designed to blend with most surroundings without drawing attention. The rails are built to be durable enough to hold the floodgates firmly, making the whole setup feel stable. When I put these side rails to the test, installation was straightforward enough if you have a bit of DIY experience. They come with the necessary mounting hardware, and once you locate the right spot on your walls, attaching them is pretty quick. The instructions are clear, though you do want to make sure the rails are perfectly level to ensure the floodgates slide smoothly and seal properly. In practical use, once the rails are mounted, sliding the floodgates into place feels secure and reliable. I tried it during a simulated flood scenario, and the rails did their job in providing a solid guide and tight seal along the walls, which is exactly what you want when trying to keep water out. That said, if your wall surface is uneven or textured, the seal might not be quite as tight, which is something to keep in mind. Also, the black finish is practical, but if your walls are a lighter color, the rails stand out visually, so it's a bit of an aesthetic trade-off. Let's talk pros and cons. On the plus side, the side rails are sturdy and do exactly what they claim: help the floodgates mount securely and seal smoothly against walls. They're simple, effective, and don't require constant removal, so you can keep them in place all year round. Installation hardware is included, which is a nice touch. On the downside, they rely heavily on having an even wall surface to be most effective, and if you're not confident with DIY wall mounting, you might want to call in a pro. The black color is durable but might not suit every home's interior style, which is something some buyers might consider. In terms of value for money, these rails fall into a middle range price-wise, reflecting their niche purpose and sturdy construction. For what they offer, durability, ease of use once installed, and a solid seal, they're reasonably priced. If you already own or plan to buy Quick Dam floodgates, these rails are a necessary addition to get the most out of your flood protection system. But if you're on a budget or don't need the precise sealing these provide, you might find simpler options out there, although they may not be as effective or durable. Compared to other wall mounting options for flood barriers, Quick Dam's rails stand out for their ease of use and solid build. Some cheaper alternatives might try to save costs with plastic parts or less secure mounting methods, which could lead to problems when water pressure builds. On the other hand, some higher-end flood systems offer fully integrated rail and gate systems, but those often come at a much higher price point and may be more complex to install. So, these side rails strike a reasonable balance for the DIY-minded homeowner who wants reliable protection without breaking the bank. Build quality is straightforward and solid. The materials feel robust enough to hold the gates firmly in place even under pressure, which is crucial for flood protection products. The metal rails resist rust and corrosion fairly well, which suggests they'll hold up over multiple seasons if maintained properly. Since this product is relatively straightforward and doesn't have complex electronics or moving parts, long-term durability should be good, as long as you don't damage the rails during installation. I haven't had any cause to interact with Quick Dam's customer support regarding these rails, but the brand generally has a decent reputation for responsiveness and helpfulness in the flood protection niche. If you do have questions or installation challenges, their online resources and support channels are usually easy to access. If you're considering alternatives, you might look at simpler flood barrier systems that rely on inflatable or sandbag solutions, which don't require mounting rails but can be less reliable and messier to manage. On the other hand, some modular flood barriers come with integrated rails and gates, but at a significantly higher cost and more complex setup. So, for homeowners who want a middle ground between DIY ease and serious flood defense, these quick dam side rails are a sensible option. Before we move on, if you're finding this review helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to Baby to Child, and tap the bell so you don't miss out on future reviews that help keep your family safe and sound. To wrap things up, the quick dam floodgate side rails do exactly what they're designed for, providing a sturdy, secure, and smooth mounting surface for floodgates to slide in and seal against walls. They're well built and straightforward, but their effectiveness depends on proper installation and having suitable wall surfaces. They're not flashy or complicated, just practical and reliable. If you need a dependable way to enhance your floodgate setup, these rails are a solid choice, especially if you value ease of use and durability without diving into more expensive integrated systems. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out the quick dam floodgate side rails yourself, you'll find the link down in the comments box below. And hey, if you already have these or other floodgate accessories, drop a comment, let us know how they worked for you, or ask any questions you might have. Until next time, keep those little ones safe and dry. From baby to child, we've got you covered every step of the way.